Yo, snap, yo, check it out, yo. What I mean to say is, hey guys, I'm back. Well, in the search for the subject of my award-winning April Fool's Day video, and yes, it won many awards from the Petey Kitty Cat Cinematographer Association. I don't know. I stumbled on a few different things that I thought I wanted to look at, and that are probably crap, but a couple different things. And one of them was, well, this. I want you to take a look at that sticker. Okay. And of course, it's got a little sticker like this. We have no made in or anything. So, it's from the Forgemen Handmade Collection. And I believe I paid, well, I paid less than $15 for this. Maybe, I don't know, definitely less than 20. So, that's suspect right there. This right there. So let's open this up. And, well, this certainly might be handmade. This thing right here. It's not microfiber. It is a cloth. And now we've got this. Oop. Okay. And now we've got, I'm not sure what we've got here. This is just like heat sealed plastic. Okay. Just plastic. Okay, and now we've got this. Oh, this is high quality stuff. Oh, look at it. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I should treat that with more respect. The man has passed. So this was billed as a handmade Damascus knife. I could not pass it up. We had to see it. It's got the Forgemen clip going on, and it's got this terrible. Now, it could be aluminum, or it could just be some kind of tin alloy. But I don't know what this actually is made of. Really, actually, I like the blade shape. Reminds me very much of a Benchmade 550 or some other knives. Let's see. Now, it's a lockback. Can it be taken apart? Yeah, it's got screws. Is this real Damascus? And when I say real, oh geez, do we have to have the discussion every single time? And probably yes, we do. By real, I mean, is it actual pattern welded steel? Forge welded dissimilar types of steel. I know it's not real Wootz steel. I get that. But is it two different types of steel? Forge welded together, folded, pressed. Folded, just dogs outside, folded, pressed, and so on. And then, give it a little acid bath. And believe it or not, I am almost tempted to say yes, because it looks like there's actual inclusions there. There's actual, I cannot believe this. I don't know if this is going to show up. There's some spots where there was a terrible weld between the steels, where there's actual pits. And you generally won't see them if it's laser engraved or faked. You'll only see those inclusions, those spots where an air bubble has been incorporated into. That's terrible. You don't want that. But you can't see that unless you actually have true pattern welded steel. And there's a couple in there. So I have the window open and that dog's barking outside. I don't know if he's commenting on the knife or whatever. So we talk about this often. There is Damascus that is handmade by a master smith who really knows what they're doing. He makes a beautiful thing. And then there is production quality, which can be made on a production line. You just need machines that will heat the steel up, cut it, fold them, smush them, and then roll them out and cut it, fold it, do the thing over and over and over again. and production quality Damascus. Certainly is not anywhere near handmade quality. But this actually, I am blown away. I am blown away. I was expecting this to be 100% laser etched or whatever. We have another one right here where you can actually get the tip of this X-Acto in there. That's not it. That's just some schmutz on the blade. You cannot get those kind of inclusions unless it's real, unless it's really, you know, from the folding of the steel. My mind is blown. Up is down, black is white. I have no idea what's going on. The rest of this thing, we've got some terrible quality wood inlays. Look at the quality of the wood there. It's all cracked up and stuff. It's the same on the back. I don't know what this metal is, but I'm sure it's not. I mean, it's aluminum or tin or pot metal or whatever. The production quality is not great there. But the knife, the blade itself, I am impressed at the fact that they actually gave us what would appear to be, by all accounts, and you know, you can kind of see by the reflection of the light on the, you know, a true using lightly Damascus blade. It is a shitty quality finish. Not surprised there. Okay. If I go real slow, it kind of cuts. The funny thing is, sometimes I think if there's a little burr, you know, you can do this on a piece of wood or cardboard. If you've got a little wire edge, you can work it out. I think sometimes the paper does that. Which is why if you go real slow, sometimes it works, but if you cut it at normal speed, you end up just tearing it. I don't know. All right, so that's not so good. But something to work with there. Really interesting. Really interesting. So it is a lockback, like we said. It's got some play in it, and you know what? I don't have a lot of faith that this would hold it really well, even though normally we say a lockback is typically one of the strongest locks you can have on a knife. I'm trying to get it to focus. Do you see the light coming in? See my fingers moving underneath? So yeah, fit and finish is not great on this. But I'm thinking now, if it does come apart, maybe we can take it to the shop and do something at least a little bit nicer with this handle. Something that perhaps this little guy, I mean, if we do have an actual Damascus, a Damascus, are these T6? Of course they are. Let's just see, since everything else on this is weird. I mean, if you take a look here, you've got this screw it's not only in at an awkward angle, it chipped the wood going in. So no, T6 all around. Where'd my T6 go? There it is. I'm wondering, first of all, can we remove these inlays? Yes. Okay. So far nothing's Loctited, that's good. Why the hell are these plastic? These are plastic rings. They're here. They're queer. They're fabulous. Get used to them. Boy, I pissed some people off with that one, didn't I? We've got a screw here. Again, nothing Loctited. And this, I guess, would be the pivot screw, right? I don't know how far. I don't want it to just completely collapse in my hands. Guess that's as far out as it's going to get. Let's keep these separate over here. What in the fuck is that? What is that pile? Okay, so there's the torsion bar that operates the lock. But seriously, is that... Both of them. Can you do? All right. This is This is the washer. You just like snip it with nail clippers or something. Interesting. Okay. There's our lockback. And for much of you who don't know the mechanics of a lockback, here's how it works. It's usually a torsion bar. And it goes in there. Looks like the actual pivot itself is built right into this side of the scale. So that's cool. We have our torsion bar. And you know what? I got to get this out. Is that just stuck through? There we go. Come on. It's just the grease is holding it down is all. There you go, little buddy. Come on, little guy. You can do it. Might have to use a pick, which I have at the shop. This is ridiculous. This is, remember, handmade. Said 100%. Actually, I kind of believe it. I believe that they did this. Like, yeah. And then we have the pivot, which this rotates on. Wow. And then, oh yeah, this smells like, this just smells like terrible metal. It just, I can't even tell you. So I think tomorrow I am going to bring this to the shop and we are going to see what we can do in terms of, listen, it's cheap as shit. There's nothing we're going to do about that. We're not going to change it. But perhaps we can make it look just a little better. And I mean just a little better. Just a little bit. Take that. Oh, okay. So that is the screw for the other side for the clip. So I guess, could you switch the clip around if you wanted? Maybe, I don't know, it would sit a little proud on this side if you did. And then we go back to getting this scale off. And I'm curious if it's going to have those plastic washers on this side too. It's funny. Full-size washers inside these little wooden onlays. Nope, nothing in this side. Nope. It smells like the metal. Like if you've ever been to a junkyard or just been around an old bumper or something, that's what this smells like. So, okay. So there we go. Very interesting. What is... It almost looks like there used to be something stamped into there, or like, I don't know what that is. I don't know. So we're going to take this guy to the shop tomorrow. And I'm not sure what we're going to do with these. I don't know. I think I have an idea, actually. I think I have an idea what we're going to do with these. But we are going to figure out what we can do with these to make them look good. Probably a nice Cerakote on these, you know, and we'll figure it out tomorrow. I'm here at the shop and I've been messing with these a little bit, and by messing I just kind of mean like turning them over in my hand and feeling them and trying to figure out exactly what they're made of, and I still don't know. I don't know if it's straight up aluminum. I really feel like it's something lower grade than that. But in any case, they're going to have to go in the sandblaster, and I'm just going to put it on low PSI just to be real careful with them. Still wondering what we're going to do. Look at my dirty painted thumb. Still wondering what we're going to do with these, because, I mean, you can just see the quality of the wood is not great. The screws, listen, they're pretty good. I mean, in terms of looks, nice. Like kind of a semi-gloss black. We can leave them as is, no matter what we're doing with this, I think. The clip, I'm not so sure about, but it does have kind of a metal finish, obviously. That'll match a little bit on the blade. We'll leave that alone for now. So what we're going to focus on is going to be the lock and the scales. So I'm going to take them to the sandblaster. I'm going to hit it, like I said, I'm going to hit them real light. I'll be able to put the phone, this, in the window so you can kind of see what I'm doing. And then we'll see where we go from there in terms of what we're going to redo these as. Still no closer to figuring out what actual kind of metal this is. Could be a tin and aluminum, even a pewter, I don't know. But it did take a while to get fully blasted. It's a little wet now because I just gave it a little squirt in acetone, and now I'm gonna sweat it in the oven at, again, low temperature, 180 degrees. Make sure any residual oils or anything is off so that we have proper adhesion of whatever coating I choose to put on this thing. The other ones are lined up by the oven, but we still have great detail there on the design. Looks good. What are you? Looks like it was cast, you know, in a mold. So you got some, just has that look. So anyway, all right. So I think for the color on the handles, I'm going to go with copper, a Cerakote copper. And I'm going to do this, you know, we can mix the hardener in different ratios to go from a kind of matte finish all the way up to, not a glossy finish, but normally we do what we call an 18-to-1, which is kind of like a satin type finish. I'm gonna do this at a 24-to-1, which is going to give us a slightly glossier finish. But I think a nice copper tone to those handles with the blade is going to look pretty nice. I was going over. I was contemplating kind of a bronze look, or even a stainless steel look, or some flashy color. But I think a nice, just normal kind of copper color is going to look pretty good on that. So that's what I'm going to get to doing right now. So I am going with a bronze color for the lock. This is a little different from the usual bronze, the midnight bronze, and the, I can't remember, but this is a relatively new color, the smoked bronze. It's kind of hard to tell in the bottle, but I think it's going to look really nice. And I think I came up with a solution for the wood, and really all I'm going to do is give it a 2K gloss. It's cracked, it's crappy, there's not much we can do, but if we give it a nice gloss coat, it'll really kind of give it a little bit more depth, and I think give it just a nicer look and sheen to it to go with the overall look of the knife. So I'm going to do the smoked bronze on the lock bar, and I think this will give it a nice contrast. It's still a little bit of a metallic color, but a dark contrast against the copper, and it'll look pretty good. New idea, changing plans with the little wood inlays. So I decided what I'm going to do is actually do a dip. So I sanded them with some 220 grit, number one, to take off whatever lacquer was on them and to smooth them out and get them ready. I'm going to base coat them, and I'm actually going to re-dip them in a better wood grain, a nicer wood grain. It's either going to be rosewood or two-tone ash, I'm not sure, but then I'll give it a brand new clear coat on top. I was considering doing it in like a carbon fiber or something, but I don't want to go nuts. I want to leave some of the natural element, so I will dip them. I got, like I said, base coat them, and then dip them in a nicer wood finish, in my opinion. And then the clear coat on top will make it look really, really good. Just to give a little bit of accent, I'm using the same bronze that we did on the lock. Very carefully after I flashed the copper so it's dry, but it is not fully cured. I'm using this micro brush to just sort of dab the copper onto the raised, call this filigree or whatever, so it kind of ties the color together, but it makes it just a little bit more interesting. Breaks up just a single color and just gives it a little something there. You got to be very careful doing this so that you don't spill the color all over the place. And you got to work before, you know, because this is mixed with activator and everything, you know, hardener. So I'm just going to be doing this on both handle pieces. So it just has a little something extra. So I got a mask on, so it might be hard to hear my respirator right now. But so I rigged up a little jig to dip these little tiny scales. I've got some rosewood film in the water. Gonna just dip right through. Getting ready to spray the activator. Waiting for that to look nice and glossy. And that ought to do it. It's a much nicer wood grain. Unfortunately, this film does tend to crack, and I see it already. But it is what it is, and we got our dip, so let's rinse. Not bad. Not bad. This film is prone to cracking, but when we put the clear coat on, it'll look pretty good. It's a nicer finish than what it had anyway. So a little touch up here and there, and it's going to look pretty damn good. Here's a first look at reassembly after the Cerakote has cured. And, you know, I knew we weren't going to get anything super great cosmic out of it, but I think at least it looks a little bit nicer. Still waiting for that clear coat to cure on the wood inlays. But, you know, we have something that looks a little bit better, I think. I mean, the copper, I think at least, yeah, I think the two-tone at least looks like there's something going on there a little bit. It still looks like a gas station knife. There's nothing we're going to do about that. I mean, you can only do so much. But we've got a little bit of detail. I like the copper color. I like the bronze. Vortex bronze. Is it Vortex bronze or is it smoked bronze? I think it's smoked bronze. The lockup is not great, but I put a little bit of blue Loctite on both of the frame screws so it holds nice and tight. I mean, the blade is still a good looking blade. It's just a shame it's stuck in this handle, but it is pretty lightweight and everything. So we'll get the wood inlays out. You know, ideally the 2K clear coat needs 24 hours to fully cure, but we might be able to work with it because it's just a small piece. Prior to that, we'll see. Can you believe it? All the work, it looked gorgeous, and I just spilled a little bit of acetone on here before it had its full cure time. Oh my God. Well, but don't look there. Look on the rest of the knife. I'll have to touch that up in the shop. I can't believe it. Ugh. Son of a... Yeah, anyway. So here's the knife. Fully finished. I can't believe I just did that. Oh, what a stupid, stupid thing to do. The lock is not any better, but in terms of... Oh, that's killing me. In terms of making it look like a better knife, I think, okay, it's still a terrible knife. The blade is a decent blade. The knife itself is horrible. It's horrible. But that's what you get when you buy a cheap knife on Amazon. I'm still just floored that this is really a pattern welded steel blade. I can't believe, you know, finding those actual inclusions in there and everything. That's insane. The rest of the knife, I still have no idea what this is. I don't think it's actual aluminum, or if it's not, it's a very cheap alloy. I mean, if it is aluminum, it's a very cheap alloy. But I think the remodeling definitely looks better than how it was in the first place. This clip doesn't hold. The screw doesn't really hold very well into the lack of threads. There's just so much wrong with it. But this could sit on a shelf. you know? What do you guys think? Look better than it did in the first place? With the smoke bronze lock bar and the smoke bronze accents there. I'm not even going to ask if anybody would carry this, because I wouldn't, and I wouldn't expect you to either. But at least we've got a little bit of an improvement on what this thing used to look like. Yeah, man, if I gave it a full few days, remember I said I'm gonna carry it, I'm gonna take it early? I shouldn't have done that. I should not have done that. Damn. But I was just excited to get it home and put it together, and yeah, just as a piece on a shelf somewhere where nobody can get closer than arm's reach. Not bad. I don't know, I thought it would be a fun project. What do you guys think? You like it better like this? You like it better as it came? What do you think? So, thanks for watching me through this exciting, not exciting customization job here. Please remember that you guys are all absolutely awesome. I appreciate every single one of you. And I'll be back again real soon.